Ma'am, good afternoon. Ma'am, good afternoon. Ma'am, Parvati ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, good afternoon. So
Good afternoon,
we'll
sir.
get started. So we have good afternoon.
Sir, can we wait for more? Sir, can we wait for some more minutes?
5 minutes we'll wait. Yeah, 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, sure, sir.
No problem. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay, because we have our team member at Mumbai wanting to get started because she has some other meeting also. 5 more minutes, and we'll get started. Thank you. So guys, good afternoon. All the students who have come again and ready for this detailed module. Thank you very much for your time and participation. Guys, how's your place? How's Kerala? You can put some message on the chat box. Students, be interactive. Say hello, say hi, say something.
Hi, sir.
Good. Very happy, Hari. So I want your students also to speak, Hari. That's what I'm just expecting. We have 56 people, 55. Yes, good evening. Who's this? Fatima. Good evening, Fatima. Thank you, man. Thank you very much for your cheerful greetings. That's really great. Thanks for your wishes. And I also express the same to each and every one of you.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, who's this? Who was that? Just a minute, I'll see the name. Gautam.
My name is
Thank you,
Gautam.
Gautam. Thanks, Gautam. Thanks for your greetings, man.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, who's this? Wait, yeah, it's very fast.
Gauri.
Thank you. Good evening, Gauri ma'am. Good evening. I'm waiting for Parvati ma'am's go ahead, and then we'll get started.
Sir, can we start the session?
Yes, we can start. We can start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hari Krishnan.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you're clear, Hari. You can go ahead.
Good afternoon. The webinar on empowering investors through education, path to secure your financial future will begin soon. Kindly make sure to mute your audio and turn the video off. A very warm good afternoon to one and all. Today, the BSc, the Bombay Stock Exchange, in association with Nagar College Management Department and the Internal Quality Assurance Cell, is organizing this webinar for the students of Nagar College. The topic of discussion today will be empowering investors through education, how to secure your financial future. It is our great privilege to associate with the Bombay Stock Exchange, Asia's first and the world's fastest stock exchange. BSE was established in 1875 and in 2 days will be celebrating its 146th year of service to the Indian economy as well as the world's. The stock exchange's contribution in providing an efficient capital raising platform for the Indian corporate sector indeed provided a boost to our economy. It's the first listed stock exchange of India and today provides us with an efficient and transparent market for trading in equity, currencies, debt instruments, derivatives, mutual funds, and so on. Today, we are extremely glad to have a very successful trainer as our resource person for the day, Mr. C.K. Adivaragan, an empaneled trainer to BSE. Mr. C.K. Adivaragan started off his glorious journey as a trainer for young unemployed graduates to do market research under his short-term training assessment with the Daily News and Analysis, a CTV group venture during its launch in Bangalore in 2009. He was certified as a soft skill trainer and then became a consultant trainer to Infosys, HCL, and Accenture to train personnel on behavior skills. He is also a certified trainer for the CSR initiative of Bosch. He has a diploma in e-learning policies and is certified in entrepreneurship development and holds a postgraduate diploma in marketing management. He is a member of Junior Chamber International and a visiting faculty for the ICT Academy of Tamil Nadu and an empaneled trainer to the MSME DI Government of India. The list of his exemplary achievements goes on and on. I wholeheartedly welcome you on behalf of Nagar College, sir.
Thank you, Hari, for the wonderful introduction.
Next, I welcome all the participants who are here to gather insights from this webinar. We welcome you all. Kindly mute your mic unless it's necessary. We will be having a question and answer session at the end of this webinar. So please do post your queries in the chat box. I hope this session would help all of us to amass knowledge. Without any delay, I welcome Adivaragan sir to start the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Hari. That was a super introduction. And yes, as the title clearly says on the screen, under the aegis of Bombay Stock Exchange, we are going to look into how we as investors have to empower ourselves and become aware of all our responsibilities and rights when we put money into the capital markets. And more than anything, like this webinar is going to be an eye-opener for people who would like to create wealth, become rich, and enjoy the life of the dreams. As we can see on the screen, Bombay Stock Exchange, Asia's first exchange and the fastest in the world. BSE is India's leading exchange. A brief history about the journey of Bombay Stock Exchange. It started in 1875 and until recently it's growing very strong. 145 years of tradition, trust and transparency. What we see on the left side is the old building of Bombay Stock Exchange during the British times, and the right side is the image of the currently standing very strong Bombay Stock Exchange where everyday trading happens. About Bombay Stock Exchange, it was known as the oldest exchange in Asia, and in 1875, it became an association known as the Native Share and Stockbrokers Association. So guys, if you are going to take up a career in BFSI sector, and if you go for any competitive exams also, this can be asked as a question. So kindly make a note of this information in your mind or in your notes. In 1956, the Bombay Stock Exchange became the first stock exchange to be recognized by the Indian government under the Securities Contracts Act. The Bombay Stock Exchange switched to an electronic trading system in 1995 that we call as the demat system, because share trading is now in electronic format, and that started in 1995. On 19 August 2005, it became a corporate entity under the scheme of corporatization, and demutualization of SIBI. Finally, BSE got listed on February 3rd, 2017 on the National Stock Exchange. And the other part of it, like why do we have this webinar, can be another question in your mind. So BSE has set up an investor protection fund on July 10, 1986. The objective was to meet the claims of the investors against defaulter members in accordance with the guidelines issued by the Ministry of Finance, Government of India. My dear friends, each and every one of us having a savings bank account with a minimum 500 balance or a 5,000 rupees balance or a 5 lakh rupee balance, like or in the way investor in a country, because the balance that remains in the bank is being taken by the banks and given to all the companies and organizations outside for their growth and development. So in that way, we are all investors, and yes, you have certain rights that you got to be aware about. BSC Investor Protection Fund is responsible for creating capital markets related awareness, which we are experiencing now. So this webinar itself, it's a capital market related awareness, and it's to impart related education to the investor community in India. BSC IPA provides monetary relief to the investors during the course of pendency of proceedings against trading members as per the guidelines issued by SEBI. And I hope all of you have been like acquainted with the term called SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, the financial regulator for capital markets in our country. And the Investor Protection Fund has a corpus of rupees 819.09 crores as of November 30, 2020. And this is a small and a nutshell intro about Bombay Stock Exchange. So now, to the essence of this webinar, let's start exploring how to secure your financial future. So every one of you are aware of the term income that you will be earning when you go and meet your purpose of life, or after you complete your education, whether you complete your BBA or MBA or MPhil or PG or PhD, whatever it guys, like advanced stage in life, you'll be earning an income. And once the income comes, yes, definitely, we all have mandatory outflows. And immediately after that, our lifestyle, we have been living a life where we have our own expenses, whether essential or not essential. We always love spending money, and we always like spending money like anything. And beyond that, if at all we had any money, my dear friends, we used to take it for savings. So there should be a change in mindset, like which we have been like made since times, like in a few other interactions also. So whenever you have money in your hand, my dear friends, first thing, take it for savings and let the remaining alone be taken for expenses. And why do you need to save? Yes, we all need have money for our emergency medical conditions, or we can see what's happening around like in this world, and also to the people around us and with the relatives. So people running here and there for medical emergencies, and they need more money for that. So that should not happen for us. But again, you got to have your own backup, enough money that's being saved. There is some noise coming. I'm just going to mute every one of you guys. If you want to ask me a question, you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Yes. And the third, you have to live the life of your own dreams. As I said, like you have to have your own dream house also, like buying a house, and the most like precious time in a life, planning and enjoying your entire life with more money. And for higher education, if at all you want to like plan to do much more studies, then you have to have money. And for the event called like marriage, and for your lifestyle, and like changing your current lifestyle, having more comfort and luxury, going on vacations, buying a car, supporting parents, and to start your own business. My dear friends, we all have to save money, and we all need money. So, like when we start saving, when we start accumulating money, there is one thing that most of the time we don't bother much about. And what it is? That we call the invisible factor, inflation. So what does this inflation actually do to our money, and what is happening with the hard-earned savings we have? So let's have a quick look with different case studies. The first thing is, let me take you through the groceries, like take the cost of milk, take the cost of vegetables, and take the cost of all other food and snacks items. Like they have become manifold, like in comparison to the past 5 to 10 years, right? And the next important thing is, my dear friends, is one we call as lifestyle inflation. And what is a lifestyle inflation? 1995, I started my career, and at the time, I didn't have the need for a mobile phone. If at all I had to meet my friends, if at all I had to meet my relatives, if I had to meet someone on an emergency basis also, I usually go by a bus or I take a train, or sometimes, like if it was nearby, I used to cycle, or otherwise I go by walk. And we used to meet people, say hi, hello, like laugh, smile, and then enjoy. We didn't have that need for communication, or we didn't have to like have a communication device at all. And that was in 1995. In 2000 and 2005, what happened? The advent of mobile phones happened, and we had to invest around 5,000 to 6,000 rupees to buy a device called mobile, right? And like there was a recurring charge. So in 1995, zero expense. In 2000, I have to spend like 5,000 to 6,000 rupees to buy a mobile phone. And you know what happened? In 2020, I had to invest 15,000 to 20,000 bucks to buy a smartphone, which I carry in my hand, where people look at my mobile phone and come and ask me, oh, where did you buy this? Like, how much is it? It's looking nice, no? All that happened. And yes, we had to spend more money on just carrying a device for communication. And yes, we had the like recurring cost, like recharging, rentals, postpaid, all that, my dear friends, we also call them as lifestyle inflation, where like from zero expense, you go to spend money additionally to live your life comfortably. And the next one, my dear friends, let's take the case of fixed deposits. People always like they used to go and put their money into the banks, like in the form of fixed deposits, where they thought like the investment that they make in a fixed deposit is going to give them huge returns. Yes, it was happening, but now in the current day scenario, if you are going to invest 1 lakh in a fixed deposit in a bank, now what happens? You will be gaining around 6.5% as an interest, and the total like maturity amount is going to be 1 lakh 6,500 rupees. This 1 lakh 6,500 rupees, my dear friends, like it is prior to your tax, but post tax, every income that we receive in our economy, we have seen before, goes through a tax deduction. This 1 lakh 6,500 rupees, if it's going through a tax deduction, it will be like getting reduced with 1,950, and the sum that you're going to get in your hand is going to be 1 lakh 4,500 rupees. And this further, with inflation at 7% in the market, the value of our 1 lakh 4,500 rupees will finally end up being 97,664 rupees, my dear friends. And this is what we call the impact of inflation, the invisible ghost called inflation. Let us take another one example where if some of you would say, sir, no, sir, for just 1 year, this is what I'm going to get, and definitely the value is reduced. Okay, no problem. Let us take the fixed deposit for a period of 5 years or 10 years or 15 years. And even then, my dear friends, we can see the chart, like your fixed deposits, like when it is having the inflation, you will still get a reduced value post the tax cut and the inflation. My 1 lakh will not grow beyond 2 lakh 35,000 in 15 years. And this is one truth you all got to like accept, because when we are going to work hard for money, that money also should work hard for us, and fixed deposit is not the right avenue to make more money, my dear friends. So now let's enter into a deal. So this deal will sensitize you like which is the best way to make money actually double into like a certain period of time. So you start like saving little by little, and you start taking that to investing, and over a certain period of time, or say in a few years, your investment will actually double, and that is what this deal is going to teach us all about. So in deal one, my dear students, I'm giving you an offer. The offer is like assume that you're taking up a job, and in that job, like you are said, you will be given 1 crore rupee every day. So that means day one, 1 crore, day two, 1 crore, day three, 1 crore. In a similar way, till day 30th, you are given 30 crore rupees like for 30 days in a month. So this is deal one. You will have to now tell me whether you would go for this deal number one, or there is deal number two, which says like I will be giving you only 1 rupee a day, right? And if I give you 1 rupee a day, like see, you can see till the day 9 where your 1 rupee has actually doubled to become 256 rupees. So in the deal two, I'm just giving you only 1 rupee, but it keeps on doubling day by day, day by day. On day 9, I'm like saying 256 rupees of your 1 rupee investment. So my dear students, come on, tell me, which deal would you choose if at all I give you the option of deal 1 or deal 2? Can I have a few put the response in the chat box? Yes? Good. I'm like having a yes, Hari is saying second one. Some other students, okay. Fatima is saying second one. Yes, good guys. Aditya is saying second one, and yes, Khan is saying second one. Come on, Imtiaz, second one. Like guys, none of you want the deal one where you get 1 crore a day. Okay, Gauri is saying second one. Okay. Oh God, like none of you don't like want that 1 crore a day. You all want only 1 rupee. Like just that little amount. Fine, guys. Like your choice is really the right one that you got to select, because in deal 1 you just settle down with 1 crore a day, and on day 30th you just close with just 30 crores. But in deal 2, what happens is this 1 rupee, when it keeps doubling, what it happens is, my dear friends, on day 10 it becomes 256 rupees, and if you see on day 30th your 1 rupee has doubled to become 53.68 crores, right? In deal 1, how much you get? 30 crores. But in deal 2, with that 1 rupee, like multiplying every day, like into 2, into 2, into 2, then day 30th, you have 53.68 crore rupees. And see, like till day 24, you are only making 83 lakhs, 88,608 with the 1 rupee that you're getting double. But from the day 28, 29, 30, your investment like actually doubles to become 53.68 crores. And if you calculate from day 1 till day 30th, the total sum that you're accumulating is 107 crores, 37 lakhs, 41,823 rupees in deal 2, whereas in deal 1, you still remain at 30 crores. So my dear friends, whomever chose like deal 2, you're all the smartest ones. And you know, like what happened here in deal 2, your money started experiencing the power of compounding, like which I said, whatever stage or whatever age you start earning money, even a few hundred rupees, please like take that into investment. In the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or 30 years, you will become a millionaire and you can start living the life of your dreams. So let's go further. As we have seen, like how your money actually doubles, it is by compound interest, which is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. Said by Albert Einstein. So guys, I have shown you the magical formula how your money can actually double over a certain period of time. We also call this as the rule of 72, where your investment, when it's being made like continuously from month 1 till like 72 months, whatever interest it's going to earn at the end of the 72nd month, with the interest and the investment that you made, your money will actually double. So guys, I've given you the secret recipe of how you can actually make your money into double. So which asset class beats inflation and is tax efficient is what we all got to understand. So my dear students, this is one important thing that you got to keep in your mind. Equity is what we call as shares in the share market. So if your investment should be like inflation, or it also should take tax treatment, then the best way that you can start with your investment is, my dear friends, by equities, right? You can start your investment in equities, but like that is something that you got to still be more clear about. If you invest your money in equities, so we are showing a chart which shows how much returns you get in 5 years, and what you get in 10 years, and what you get in 15 years. See, like you will be still getting 2,76,000 rupees, even if there is going to be an inflation and a tax deduction, and you will be still profitable, guys. Much deeper, I'm showing a chart which shows like how the markets or the Bombay Stock Exchange has performed since 1979, since its inception. So guys, if you see the graph, even last year, we have taken a analysis, we have done a research on how the markets perform. Even in last August 2020, the graph has been progressive. It doesn't come down, it does not decline, the graph has been like giving like in a rise, it has been like say upwards, and it has not seen a downward trend. Yes, for 1 or 2 months, like it was like somewhat dropping down, but it has been resilient. And my dear friends, investors have got around 16% compounded annual return in the past 40 years. And since 1979, like we had lot many other economic downturns, there were recessions, there were people losing jobs like India and internationally, and there were war-like situations which still brought down the economy. And beyond that also, this graph shows it's an evidence that the capital markets have been performing well. So if at all you have a question in your mind, sir, it's now a pandemic time, will the markets give me the return? Definitely yes, it will give you returns over a long period of time, and you have to have patience, and you should give money the time to actually grow. So now let us start understanding how we can start our investment in direct equities. So the graph that I'm showing in the left, my dear friends, is like what you should actually get when you take your money into equity investments. But the graph in the right side shows only half you get as a return and the investor's return. The money that I'm going to invest in the equities market is going to give me only half what I expect, because half of the money like goes to the behavior gap. So what is the behavior gap? When you don't have enough experience, when you have not studied the market well, when you don't have exposure of like which type of funds actually perform, then my dear friends, like you will have to forego your profits with your behavior, like not connecting the dots. So that is why the right side graph says you get only half the returns like when you go for direct equity investment. So now what is the counter? How do we like overcome this like behavior gap? And how do we find a way like where we can get the maximum profit and maximum returns for our investments? Guys, there is an avenue which we call as investment in mutual funds. So why mutual funds? Let's try to understand. This is one like interesting and like superb concept. If you all really like take into your mind, guys, tomorrow you will start taking your investment into these funds. So now I'm an investor. I just passed out of Nagar College, and I've got a job, and I'm like getting a salary of say 10, 15, or 20,000 bucks. In this 10 or 20,000 bucks, there is a ratio for saving every month from your income. You will have to save at least 25% of it. So in your 20,000, the 25% is like you have to keep aside 5,000 rupees for your savings. And with that 5,000, if you want to go and invest in a share market, your 5,000 will not be able to fetch even a single share of a performing company. So now I'm stuck. I'm not able to go and realize my dream of investing my money in the stock market. To buy even a single share is a difficult thing for me with the salary that I earn. Instead, if you are going to choose a mutual fund manager, and if you are going to like say invest your 5,000 rupees with a fund manager who is pulling money from people like you, and there are many other like friends of yours who have just started their career, and they also wanted to invest money in equities, so they also now like get the idea and information from you, and like the fund manager takes the amount from them also. So now what happens? This fund manager is accumulating a huge corpus from different investors who are able to invest little money. Now the fund manager, with a huge like balance that he accumulated, he now goes and buys securities which I was not able to buy alone. So what happens? I now become a collective shareholder of the securities of all performing companies. And when these companies perform and when the profits are coming back, the dividends are returned back to the investors, which is us, me, you, and maybe our friends who are not able to buy the shares alone. Like now, this mutual fund investment gives you this option of like making more profits, getting more investments, and more returns for the investment that you make. So guys, this is how the concept of mutual funds actually work. So what I couldn't achieve alone, when I go with a pool of investors, then I become a collective shareholder. And when the companies are profitable, the dividends or the profits come back to me, and how you gain from investment in mutual funds. The features of mutual funds are this. They give you high returns over long term, and also they have high liquidity at net asset value based prices. That's a technical term. With effect from April 2020, dividends are taxable in the hands of investors. And as I said, they have a low investment size. A few hundred rupees or a few thousand rupees will help you to start your investment in mutual funds, my dear friends. And like the risk is minimized through diversification. What is this diversification? What is that risk being minimized? When I invest my money in a, like say, fixed deposit scheme, or when I go for a direct equity investment, we saw that behavior gap. Fixed deposit, yes, it goes through inflation, it goes through tax cuts, but when you invest the money in a mutual fund, it will spread out your investment across the different avenues, like where your money can be taken into. And we are going to see the classification of how your investment will be diversified. So diversified is my investment is put across different areas, like where the money comes as a return. And that is what we call as diversification. And you have various types of funds to choose from. And you can go with the SIP, STP, or SWP, which we'll be seeing in the next few slides. What is the most important thing that you got to compare when you start your investment in mutual funds, my dear friends? You have to see what is the returns that you want to get for the investment that you're willing to allow your money to stay. You can start with 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months, or you can start with 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, or 10 year of time for your investments to stay, and you can withdraw them with handsome returns. And that is the flexibility that you got in mutual funds. And the second one, you got to decide on the expense ratio. So how much money you got to invest, and what will be the brokerage or the commission charges, and also the portfolio composition and the size of the fund and the category, because usually the equity funds are categories as small cap, mid cap, large cap, depending upon the company size and the value of the company. And also, you will have to look at the investment blend, the growth, and the value of the money over a certain period of time, and the alpha, because the alpha is said as how the investment or the fund that you're going to choose has performed in the previous years, and whether I'll be getting the same returns if I start investing in the same fund this year also. And you also have to see the performance compared to category average. My dear students, please make a screenshot or take a note of this web URLs: valueresearchonline.com, morningstar.in, and moneycontrol.com. Give you the latest updates on how these funds perform and what has been the profits that the different investments by the investors have given back in return. The risk categories is one another area that we got to become very clear about. So when I said risk categories, my dear friends, when we do something in a life, we always look at what is going to be the rewards, what's going to be the returns. In a similar way, with the investment that we make in the different type of funds that we have been discussing, you have to look at the risk that is going to be involved. So when we say we have three major classification, the first one is called the debt funds. In this particular investment, you have a very low risk, but again, the returns is also going to be low. And the next one is called as hybrid funds, where it will be a blend of debt funds and equity funds, where hybrid funds will be having your investment allocated in portion, half goes into debt and half goes into equity. As the term says, hybrid is a mixture of two different funds. Equity funds are the different type of funds which take your money for a longer term of investment, though the risk is going to be there due to the market conditions. At a longer period, your investment in equities will definitely get you huge returns. And equity is for people willing to take risk for a longer time with their investments. And these are the main three categories. And let us see the subcategories of these type of funds. You can start your investment in liquid funds. Liquid funds is just for 1 day or 1 month. That's your choice. So assume that you have some money and you want to go and deposit. You don't want to go for a traditional fixed deposit scheme, and you want to deposit in an investment, or you want to invest the money in a scheme which will give you at least a marginal profit. Then you can go for liquid fund investment. We have a short-term fund which can vary from 3 months, or say it can go up to 5 years to 7 years. You can go for a credit opportunities fund. You can go for an income fund. You can go for a balance fund. You can go for ELSS, what we call as equity linked savings schemes. If any of your parents or if any of your relatives say that they have a higher salary range and they are having lot much of tax deductions, this equity linked savings schemes will convert most of the tax into be a profitable savings through this ELSS investment. And also you have an equity diversified scheme, you have a mid cap fund, and you have a small cap fund. So my dear students, we have we are seeing the different sub classification of the type of funds that's available for our investments. Let's go further. You always have to have your financial goal, is what we all know. But you will have to map your mutual fund investment to the financial goals that you want to achieve. For example, if you are going to save money for 1 year, maybe there is a function, or you want to honor your sister or brother who's going to get married, and you want to like give your own gift, like, and you want to accumulate money for 1 year with some profit, you can go for a liquid mutual fund, or you want to buy like, or you want to go on a vacation. Like, see, you got to save for 3 years in a debt mutual fund, and if you want to buy a comfort like a car or your dream bike, then you got to invest for 3 to 6 years in a balanced mutual fund. And if you want to plan for your dream house, which will be for a much longer term, you can go for a 6 to 10 years of investment in diversified equity mutual funds. And about 10 plus years, then, my dear friends, you can plan for your retirement or for your next generation wealth creation. Like, every stage that we have crossed in your life, like, is like a goal. Starting to be a kid, then like trying to crawl, then growing up to going to the like KG school, and then going to your high school, then higher secondary, and then now to college, and tomorrow to take up a job. Every stage, yes, we have crossed, like consciously or subconsciously achieving a life goal. In a similar way, my dear friends, you have to map your mutual fund investment, your financial goals, and that is what this chart says. Guys, the most like favorite one, the most like, see, flexible one for people who are going to start earning their salary, like whatever is going to be the amount, a few thousands or what, like when in that range, my dear friends, you can start with your investment in a systematic investment plan, because it gives you the option of investing money daily, monthly, weekly, or on a quarterly basis. You can also give a direct debit instruction where the bank where your salary is going to be credited will automatically withdraw a few thousand rupees and take them into investment in SIP. It brings you the discipline of savings and also will help you to experience the power of compounding. My dear friends, SIP will always make you to form the habit of starting to save, which has to be taken into investments, because all great things in life needs discipline, and the same applies to making money also. And as we know, like there is only a right way to make money, and SIP is that right way, my dear friends. I'm showing a chart of like how if you invest 1,000 rupees a month, like if you start at say investing 1,000 a month for a 5 year period or 10 year, and we have gone till 35 years, and we are showing a chart like how your investment debt fund or a balance fund or equity fund is going to give you returns. And if you can see here, it's very clear that equity funds give us nearly 12% return per annum, and the value of your 1,000 rupees every month in 35 years can become 17 lakhs with the profits that is earned, and in 30 years it will be 31 lakhs, and in 35 years it will be reaching around 55.1 lakh in equities. And yes, you can also increase the amount of your SIP. It's not essentially 1,000, guys. It can increase to 5,000 or 10,000 or 15,000 based on the convenience of the amount that you have in your hand. The balance that is left out of your salary that you got to take in your investment. That's why we have a comparative chart here, which shows like just between that 1,000 and 5,000, by increasing the 1,000 to with another 4,000 rupees, what is going to be the final returns that you'll be getting. So guys, in 25 years, like by just investing 5,000, you will be making 68 lakh rupees. And in 30 years, you'll be becoming a crorepati with 1 lakh 23 lakh rupees, 1 crore 20 lakh rupees. And in 35 years, you'll be making 2 crore 19 lakh 90,000 rupees. And how did this happen? My dear friends, understand. Tomorrow, when you complete your UG, PG, or MPhil or PhD, when you take up a job, whatever is going to be the earning for the first year, when you complete your 1 year of service, the company will appraise you, will see your performance, will just like try to understand what has been the contribution to the organization. And if it has been matching to the expectation of the company, in the next year, you will not remain in the same job. You will get a promotion, you will get an increment, your salary is going to be hiked. So when the salary is hiked, then you got to have the discipline to increase the amount of your savings also. And that is what we are trying to convey here with this chart, my dear friends. So, like, please do not delay like with your investments. Why? When you delay your investment just by 3 years, students understand that is going to be a minus 35% impact on the wealth if you are going to delay your investing by 3 years. So take a case of person who has 1,000 rupees and he starts investing at the age of 25. When he continues that till the age of 60, he will be accumulating a sum of 1.21 crore rupees. And if that person delays by another 1 year, and like see the like difference that he's going to like get for the delay in 1 year, he will be making only 1.5 crores. That means 15 lakhs is gone. And if the person further delays by another 1 year, he starts his investing at the age of 27, he will be making only 91 lakhs. And when he further delays by another 1 year and starts at 28, he will be making only 79 lakh rupees. So that means he has forgone 40 lakh because of his delay in 3 years to start investing. So, youngsters, young students, if you want to create wealth and if you want to be rich, start early. And that's the key message in this slide, from this slide. So, let's see further. Let's understand how do we achieve our financial goals. So, let's take two characters from the call. Let's take Aditya and let's take Akhil. Aditya and Akhil are two friends and they wanted to retire at the age of 55. But their goal, they wanted to start investing money at the age of 25. And let's see what's happening in their lives. So now, Aditya, he starts his investment at the age of 25 and he decides to retire at the age of 55. And the same is with Akhil. Aditya starts investing 10,000 rupees every month and he continues that for the next 30 years and he starts getting 12% return. Akhil, who is a jolly go person, he always loves having fun. And like what happens, he forgot the goal of starting to save at the age of 25. He spent all the money and he realizes at the age of 40 that he has to like retire by 55 and he starts his investment at the age of 40 and he invests 25,000 rupees every month. So now Aditya invested like 10,000 every month, whereas Akhil started investing 25,000 since the age of 40. And you know, like who made the maximum money? Who got the maximum returns? Yes, it's definitely Aditya who accumulated the wealth of 3.8 crores by investing 36 lakhs, whereas Akhil, because he delayed and he started at the age of 40, though he invested more than Aditya, he made only 1.18 crores by investing 45 lakh rupees. My dear friends, the message is very clear. Start soon, start early, and longer the term, higher the compounding effect, and you will be enjoying being a millionaire or a crorepati when you start saving at a very early age. So there is a systematic withdrawal plan which you got to have a clear understanding about. We saw like people like always are fond of investments, and we also saw like if you are going to invest money in a fixed deposit, it will go through tax, it will go through inflation, and the net take home or the amount that is going to be matured is going to be much lesser, and that will be a post-tax return of only 4.5%. So assuming that like Fatima, like in Fatima's family, like all their like say relatives, parents, and all families collectively decide, oh, Fatima is the only female, like say girl, like only a person, like only she's the only girl child in the family, and they decide that they have to like give some like say lump sum to Fatima, and she can enjoy her life with enough financial freedom. And now what happens is like Fatima is having a like dilemma whether I have to take this money into fixed deposit or can I go for some other investment. And we clearly know that fixed deposit will definitely like have those deductions. So now Fatima decides to take that investment into a short-term debt mutual fund. So what happens is in the short-term investment, like it's for 5 years, Fatima is investing that 10 lakh. So every month she can withdraw like the interest at whatever rate of interest that investment is going to give. So that means you'll be able to withdraw 3,25,000 for 5 year time for a 5 year period, like 5,000 every month. And after that 5 year period also, if Fatima withdraw this money, like she will be taking home 10 lakh 14,727 rupees. That means a post-tax return of 5.6% for an investment. So like now Fatima has seen a like profitable gain for the investment that she made, like in a short-term fund, in a systematic withdrawal plan. Similarly, guys, we have a savings to mutual fund SIP, which you can start with a direct debit instruction, and we also have a systematic transfer plan. You can start your investment with one particular like mutual fund investment, and you can take the profits alone to another like investment, which will still give you profitable returns, and that is what we call as systematic transfer plan. There is one frequent discussion happening between people. whether to invest my money in real estates, and that was the question that a few people always have in their mind. So when we start investing in real estates, my dear friends, there are these two terms, these beautiful terms, which say one is emotionally rewarding and the other one is financially rewarding. Why? When you invest the money in real estates, whether you're going to enjoy by the investment that you made is one unanswered question. So let's try to explore. There is a person, this is a case study. He invests around 20 lakhs in buying a house, which is a house with a property with some traditional area of say vacant land. And what he bought at 1987 with 20 lakh investment in 2017 with 6% appreciation in the market for the property's value, he has now around 1 crore 15 lakh as the value for the house and the property that he bought. So he invested 20 lakh rupees in 2017. It's now valued at 1 crore 15 lakh rupees, and this is one case. Now you also are interested in this sort of results for the investment that you want to make in a real estate avenue. Let us see with more clarity. So one person, he wants to buy a property costing 1 crore rupee, and he's taking a loan, and the loan tenure is for 20 years, and he starts repaying around say 9% every month, that is 90,000 rupees, and this 90,000 continues to be paid for 20 years. He is repaying a total amount of 2 crore 16 lakh rupees. And you know how much he paid extra? He's paying 1 crore 16 lakh rupees for the loan of 1 crore that he took to buy a property. Now guys, tell me whether this 1 crore that you took as a loan to buy a property, whether it is financially rewarding or emotionally rewarding. Definitely it's only going to be a emotionally rewarding, or it gives you only emotional happiness. You can feel happy you have a property of 1 crore, but whether that was giving you additional money, extra money, no, it didn't, my dear friends. So that is what you got to be very clear when you plan your investment in real estates. And further, you can also debate, no sir, with the 1 crore investment, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to renovate the property. I'm going to make it new. I'm going to fine tune the infrastructure, and I'm going to give it for rent. Then also, my dear friends, what you invest for renovating or what you invest for managing will always compensate the rent that you earn and the management of the property for many years. And then also, it will be equivalent only for the loan that you repaid and the interest that you had to pay for the loan that you took. So there is no financial rewarding for the investment that you made in a real estate, my dear friends. So give yourself and ask yourself with the question in mind, the investment that you make should be only of assets that actually increase the value, and that should not be just an emotionally rewarding asset. Guys, nowadays it's essential that every one of us have in one form or the other investment in life insurance. Why do people buy life insurance? Because when there is going to be a risk for our life, the insurance that we paid will be compensated by money given to the financial dependents, and if there was any liabilities, even that will be taken care of. And this is one thing with life insurance. And people go for a traditional avenue of investment for life insurance, that is called as a term plan. And the benefits are, depending upon the age category you are, you can pay a premium, and you will be getting a sum assured of 1 crore rupee at a particular age. And this will be if there has been no risk for your life. So this same life insurance, you can also choose another one way. This is a traditional way that people still follow. Instead, you can go for a traditional plan, which is a term plan plus debt mutual fund investment, where your investment in a term plan plus debt mutual fund is actually now diversified. So only a small portion go for the insurance payment, whereas the major portion goes for an actual investment that start giving you profitable returns. Even both the investment takes 15 years, the sum invested in a insurance scheme will be 7,56,000, whereas in a term plan you will be paying only 72,000, where the remaining amount went for an investment avenue. Actually, the insurance coverage in a traditional plan will give you only 6 lakh rupees, whereas when you have invested in a term plan plus debt mutual fund, you will be getting 25 lakh. If at all there is going to be a risk for your life, within that maturity time. So the actual maturity for your investment in the endowment plan will be only 11 lakh rupees. That in a term plan plus the mutual fund will be 14 lakh 3,267 rupees, dear students. So these are all like options that's available for us, which will give profitable returns for the hard-earned money that we are taking for investments. You also have a ELIP versus term plan plus equity mutual funds. And my dear friends, today you all know and we are all aware how much costly medical expenses have become. Before a few years, like it was costing in 1,000 rupees, but now it has come into lakhs. You have to have enough like balance in lakhs of rupees to take care of medical expenses. It can be your immediate family member or your ailing parents, or it can be any relatives that you will have to support with. So you can see the expenses and what is going to be the cost for the different common ailments that people go through in a family. So, my dear friends, please have enough money that's invested for your health insurance, which we saw in the term plan plus the mutual fund, or in the term plan plus equity mutual fund investment. Because like healthcare is becoming increasingly expensive, you will have to have immediate cash arrangement, which your investment in like these mutual funds will definitely help you. It will help you with immediate liquidation of your funds. As I said, you can plan your investment period. You want to just put the money for 1 month and take away, or just want to invest for one day and take away, or if you have time for 10 years, you can still invest and make more returns with the investment that you made. And you will also have certain tax benefits, income tax benefits under section 80D. So guys, the most important do's and don'ts of your like investment behavior are these. Take care before you plan to become an investor. Number one, deal only with CB registered broker intermediaries, and don't trust any hot investment tips providing unrealistic returns on investments, because only educated people get cheated or get fooled for their investment by believing in unrealistic returns on investments. We are all now having prior education, and we are now also getting aware of how the capital markets work. So don't ever go for any other investment schemes which will dwindle your money and you will lose every money that you hardly earn. And read all mandatory documents, the rights and obligations, risk disclosure document, policy and procedure documents with the stockbroker. Because like when we are going to take expert help through your stockbroker or a mutual fund agent, then you will have to understand the clauses, the documentation. All these are important, my dear students. And clear about all brokerage and commission, because any service that an expert provides will be like serviceable. They will take a service charge, and service charge will be huge. It will be like a few percentage, a minimal percentage for the investment that they're going to take your money into. Make payments only by banking channel, check in favor of stockbroker, because you will be having a statement which will be a reference and an evidence that you paid money to him. Don't issue checks in the name of any individual apart from broker. Don't share your internet trading accounts password with anyone, dear students. Bring dispute or notice of broker in writing within 7 days. So any complaint that you want to file for the investments and you have some suspicion about it, take it in the form of writing. Don't try to like do it orally or verbally. People like can just simply like bypass that. So if you do something in writing, you have evidence and you can always claim. So like file your grievances in the form of writing, and even then you don't get any response, then you can directly go to the website of Bombay Stock Exchange, or you can go to the web URL of CB Scores website, where you can file your grievances and you can create your own login credentials and you can start filing your complaints. That will be looked upon and they can take action against the stockbroker or the mutual fund distributor. If in doubt, revoke any authorization given by you at any time. You have to do your own study about the fundamentals of the company whose shares you are buying. Dear students, this is one important clause, because anything that you want to like do with your money, you also should take the responsibility of knowing which companies share or which companies like stock that you're going to buy. Because whichever company, you have all information available on the internet. You can sit, scan, study like who is the company's management, who are the leadership of the company, and what type of people they are, whether they have been having a good track record, whether they have a good reputation. and then plan your investments in those companies. So like you do study about the fundamentals of the company before you start your investing. Don't get carried away with advertisements about the financial performance companies in print and electronic media. Most of the times we see, like say, colorful advertisements in the newspapers or in the electronic media. That doesn't mean that because of the company giving a colorful advertisement, they are really doing well. If you go in depth and see, the company may be going in loss. So don't believe any such advertisements. And my dear friends, don't blindly follow any media reports on corporate developments, even that can be a misleading or a misguiding one. Because like most of the times we look at the television news and we become like psyched ourselves. Don't get into such pattern and don't believe such advertisements. And don't blindly imitate investment decisions of others who may have profited from their investment decisions. So that means like your uncle or your like see cousins or your relatives would have said, I put my money in that scheme and they got so much of profits. You really do not know what actually happened to their money. They would have actually lost it just to like say psych you. They would say that like they would say they got more money. Don't believe in them, my dear friends. And obtain a copy of all documents executed by you from the broker free of charge. Update your contact details and email ID and mobile numbers, because every time that you make your investments, you'll be getting a statement to your email as well as your mobile. And finally, my dear friends, keep all your investment slip of your DP account very carefully in a safe place, because you got to have your proof of your investments, and that is what this actually means. And dear students, faculty members, and all present on the call, it has been a wonderful interaction, and it has really been nice knowing you all and all energetic students who have been like say interacting, asking questions, and like sharing your thoughts. Like whenever I had the discussions slide by slide, I would like to express my sincere gratitudes to all the people in the management of Nagar College, and to all the department heads who are present here, and to Parvati ma'am and her fleet of staff who are coordinating this event, and to the stars of the day, to all the dear students who have been presenting like from the beginning till now. And we have a solid crowd of 70 students, and excluding me and the observer here, like it has been 71 people from Nagar College who are present in the Zoom call, and there is a live streaming also going on the YouTube, and there should be a solid crowd there also. With that like note of mind, my dear students, like I would like to close with happy investing, and my presentation is done. So Hari, Parvati ma'am, the floor is yours. I'm willing to take questions, and I would like to clarify doubts if at all people have anything that they want to ask.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Now we will have the question and answer session.
Yes. There is a good music in the background. Someone is watching the TV and attending the call. Like mute the mic, guys.
Please mute the mic unless it's necessary.
Yeah. Students, I would like to have your questions and I can give my response. Please, Parvati ma'am, meanwhile, just post the feedback link in the YouTube streaming also and here also, so that we can get a like downloaded list of students who have given their attendance till the end here, and we can take them for e-certificates processing. Right, ma'am? Post the feedback link here and the YouTube streaming also. Students, all of you are there listening to me. Say yes on the chat box, or like it is 5 o'clock, you became tired for the day and you have started sleeping. Let me see. Yes, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for responding. It's nice to see all your yes on the chat box. And now, yes, you can ask me questions, guys. Like we will try to explore more and see if you have any queries on the topic. So, your yes, Hari.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
What's your opinion on investing in cryptocurrency?
Last week, there was a, like say, instruction by RBI. Yes, this can be considered, but still it's not been regulated yet, right? So recently, even today, like there is a news by one of the chief of Aadhaar and one of the former team members of Infosys, Nandan Nilekani. He has said cryptocurrencies should be encouraged as an asset class in India. So that's a good sign. So wait patiently. Don't go and invest your money into cryptocurrencies at this early stage. Soon things will come into a proper format, and then when it is regulated, we can start investing, Hari. Not a problem. Got it? So give some time. Do with other investment which is authorized and which has a established investment pattern in a country. Just give some time for cryptocurrencies to have its form in India, and then you can start with that. Here, am I answering a question?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. And other queries, guys? So if you are all quiet, I assume that, okay, you have understood whatever information was shared and you've taken the essence of the webinar. Hari, we can go for the valedictory then.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Everyone, please fill in the feedback form, which will be available in the chat box in Zoom as well as in YouTube. Now, I request Gopika Suresh to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, all. Today's session was truly informative and inspiring for all of us. On behalf of the Department of Management Studies and the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Nagar College, I would like to convey our deep sense of appreciation for our resource speaker, Mr. C.K. Arivaragan, sir. Thank you for enlightening us and for investing your valuable time and effort towards the national webinar, Empowering Investors Through Education, Path to Secure Your Financial Future. I would like to thank the Director and Manager of Nagar College, Father Dr. Tito Verghese CMI, and our Principal, Dr. Jolly Jacob, for all the encouragement and support provided for the conduct of this event. A special thanks to Bombay Stock Exchange for their support in organizing this webinar session. I thank Dr. C. G. Verghese, Head of Department of Management Studies, for his valuable guidance and support. I would like to thank Mr. Rajesh Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, for providing technical support throughout the webinar. Also, I'm grateful to all the staff members of Nagar College for their cooperation extended to us in organizing this event. Last but not the least, I thank and appreciate all the participants for your interest and cooperation extended throughout the program. Thank you all.
Super, Gopika. Great. That was nice to hear. So, Parvati ma'am, if the feedback form is full, we will call it a day. And I would like to express my gratitude once again to each and every one of you, all the students, and also to the management of Nagar College for making me meet you all wonderful people. Right, Parvati ma'am? Shall we take a leave?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Goodbye.
Thank you, good
sir.
luck. Thanks, Hari. Ensure that the feedback form is filled. Thank you, Aditya. Ensure that the thank you, Adit. See, ensure that the feedback form is filled by all the students if at all they want the e-certificate. If they are not bothering about that, doesn't matter. But everyone who wanted to have that e-certificate, they have to sincerely fill it up and complete the registrations.
Thank you, sir.
Once again. Thank you, Gauri. Thank you very much.
There's a short announcement. To get the e-certificates, please do fill the feedback form within 30 minutes, and it will be active. The link will be active for 30 minutes, and please do access the link through the Zoom chat box. It won't be available in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, and also in the YouTube streaming, it should have gone. No, the link has gone. Hari, for feedback submission. Yes, yeah. So all this should be collectively shared with me, so that I will share with my team for the e-certificate processing. Hari, take care of that. And Parvati ma'am has confirmed this. She said she will do the needful.
Yeah, same. Thank you, Gopika. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. By this, we have come to the end of the session. Please do fill the feedback form. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.
Yes. Bye, guys. Stay safe. Take care and good luck. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Hari. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Fatima. I'm just seeing your long feedback. That's really a great word of appreciation, and it gives me more energy. See you all soon in some other session. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much, sir.
Bye.